What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, talking today about console options. So this is something that was just brought to my attention that is amazingly genius, and I don't know why we haven't had this before. Toggleable graphics options inside of console games. Now this is something that's always existed in PC games. It's one of the things that people usually tout the most about PC games, is you can toggle options, you can upgrade games, and you can mod games. Well, you know what? I don't need modding in my console games. I mean, that'd be nice if it was somehow possible, but I really wish we could toggle graphical options. Look at Assassin's Creed Unity. Assassin's Creed Unity is having massive frame rate issues because they're trying to have so much crowd, so much resolution, and on top of that, also really high frame rate, which unfortunately, that console just can't handle. Well, the console can handle it, but the poor coding can't handle it. So why do we not have toggleable options? Infamous had it. One of the Infamous games had a thing where you could toggle different settings up or down. I would love this. Now, I'm a person who doesn't care too much about how crisp graphics look as much as frame rate. I would play a game that looks like a Sega Dreamcast title as long as it had 60 frames a second. Your eyes capture very high resolution, but they also capture frame rate, and your brain more perfectly syncs. It tricks your eyes, which are one of your predominant processors of reality, into thinking it's more real. It makes it feel more fluid. When you're playing a shooter that's 60 frames a second, it feels so much more immersive and real, and it really pulls you in. That's an important thing to have. But say you're in an area of a game that's a little more empty, there's less moving objects, there's not going to be hundreds of characters, I should be able to turn up the resolution and stay at a high frame rate. I should be able to, as the gamer, as the purchaser of the product and the console, to choose what the priorities are. Resolution or frame rate. Because let's face it, on console games, we really do have to choose. I am a humongous console fanboy, but even I realize when you're programming for this infrastructure, you either get resolution or you get frame rate. And unfortunately, it's hard to get both simultaneously. It requires a very dedicated team of processors to really strangle every little bit of processing power out to get 1080p 60 frames a second. So why not have that option? I'm going to include the hashtag console options in this video. And you know what? I'm going to tweet this out today and tomorrow, and as long as I'm still thinking about it, because this is a very important issue. Why are they not doing this? Will it be extremely hard on the programmers? Yes. But this is a thing that should happen. I just think if you're trying to code every single game to be this weird, perfect cookie cutter utopia 60 frames a second 1080p game, and you keep falling short, perhaps it would be easier to program options in. I mean, maybe it's just my layman brain that doesn't really understand advanced programming, but still, if PCs can do it, you guys can do it. You're doing it clearly for the PC ports of these games. True, a lot of these PC ports unfortunately have been really shoddy, but if the PCs can do it, you can code it for consoles. This has been DreamcastGuy saying, hey, if you want to, tweet out the hashtag console options. Tweet it at your favorite game developers. Just give them an extra option. I mean, a whole thing is extra ideas in the swimming pool. And I mean, think about this. What if the next Halo? What if the next Call of Duty? What if one of the big shooters decides to implement this and it goes amazingly well? I mean, back in the day when Quake 3 was the predominant shooter, when you watched like tournaments of it at like the local mall or wherever you saw tournaments for in the late 90s, you would see everybody had turned the graphics all the way down. It would look absolutely crappy because the thing was, frame rate was king. You wanted the absolute shortest reaction time. You wanted people to load instantly so you would have time to shoot the crap out of them as fast as possible. And you know, that's something I really admired. It was a test of reaction speed, it was a test of skill, and it was so blazingly fast that it was so great to watch. Whereas now, games have slowed down quite a bit, and that's not necessarily just because of frame rate, but it definitely isn't helped by frame rate. This has been DreamcastGuy. Tweet it out. Share this video somewhere, subscribe, leave a comment down below, but as always, keep gaming, keep reading, and keep dreaming. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, maybe check out my last video. Please subscribe, and if you want, share this somewhere with your friends.